rolling on all three.
Rolling.
Hey! And welcome to this week's special spooky episode of HappyHer Halloween!
Dead.
Oh no. It's okay, she's alive because we're in a new home and we have new cameras.
New space, new pillows.
It's great.
We're very happy about it.
It's exciting. But what's more important, Halloween is today!
Whoa!
My favorite holiday in the entire world. And today we are talking about the eeriest, the spookiest, the scariest places to go in the world.
Places that I would never go to.
Places I can't wait to go to. So, here we go.
Are you ready? Be scared. Spooky place number 1 is the Riddle House in Palm Beach, Florida. The Riddle House is said to be extremely spooky because not only Carl, but all of his co-workers that built the house killed themselves in the home. Their bodies were said to be found hanging from ceilings, bones scattered everywhere, probably one of the most gruesome deaths you could ever see. Now, to this day, the house is still totally constructed, but no one lives in it, and said to be wandering with souls.
Our second most spooky destination to go to is HappyHer Forest in Japan. You may be familiar with this forest as there was a 2016 movie called The Forest, but what you may not know what happens there, it is one of the most popular suicide destinations in the world. Approximately 100 people commit suicide there every year. There are actually signs outside of the forest warning people coming in because a lot of people only enter these forests and do not plan to come out of them. So the signs say, think of your children, think of your family, your life is a precious gift. Things like that. It's a very eerie place. And you can, as a tourist, just go hiking in these forests. They're at the bottom of Mount Fuji. And they are supposed to be beautiful, but they're also supposed to be some of the spookiest places you can ever walk through.
Eerie place number 3, we have the hanging coffins of Sagada in the Philippines. Members of the Agoro tribe of Mountain Province in northern Philippines have long practiced the tradition of burying the dead in hanging coffins, nailed to the sides of cliff faces high above the ground. As the ancestors of this province believed that if they were buried underground, water would seep into their souls and it would damage their life in the afterlife. So people got the idea to build these coffins onto the trees one by one and hang them up. And so when they died, their family members would put their body in there forever to live above ground.
And our fourth spooky place is the Isle of Dolls in Mexico. So as the story goes, a man, a recluse some would say, Don Julian, one day found a girl drowned in a river by his home. And after he found her, a few days later, he also found a doll. And to pay homage to this little girl who drowned and passed away, he took the doll and hung it up in a tree because he believed that there was spirits coming from this doll and he wanted to honor this little girl who had passed away. And then he started collecting more dolls and more dolls. And some people see it as an art piece. Some people say that it was his way of giving respect to this young girl who passed away. But the property now is covered in hundreds of hanging dolls. They have been hanging there for multiple decades. So it is a pretty scary sight to see, but even more spooky with this story is in 2001, Don Julian was found drowned in the exact same spot where he found the girl years previous. So now his family runs his residence where he had all the dolls hanging, and they've opened it up for tourists to come and see, and you can bring your own doll and hang it up, but I think that's one of the freakiest places in the whole world.
Eerie place number 5. If you want something really creepy, you can check out the Mines of Paris. Well, technically you're not legally supposed to, but people do. So if you want a true adventure, you can go hundreds of meters down below the ground and look at the tunnels of Paris. Alright, so to be exact, it's 400 meters of tunnels below ground. And if you go in without a map or a flashlight or a friend, you're probably not going to come back out alive. extremely dark down there. The way it works is that these tunnels weave in and out of each other. You have to squish through them, and people who have gone down haven't come back out, and that's why they're so creepy. There's actually a video footage that you can find online of a man who went into the tunnel but never came back out.
So I think we're gonna book our flight to Paris and go check it out. Road trip.
Thanks so much for tuning in to this week's episode.
And happy Halloween. Stay safe out there.